What's up, dudes? Welcome back to episode, I think, 74, Chillin with Dylan. Right now, I'm chilling in Seaport, well, not Seaport Village, but like this little park near Seaport Village. Kind of had a slow start to the day. I woke up and then went and brushed my teeth and everything, and then went back to bed for like an hour or something like that. Because I don't know, I was just like, fuck, man, like these next couple days are just gonna be brutal, just constant work the whole time. So I was like, yeah, I better get my rest, better just chill. Something that I kind of like was contemplating on was like, I don't know, just like in terms of like addictions and shit like that. Not even just like addictions to like substances or whatever, but like addictions to just certain patterns of thinking or ways of being, shit like that. I've realized that like maybe I just haven't changed in the ways that I want to because I don't really want to, like if I really wanted to, I would have by now. And I'm seeing how it's like I've been wanting to change like certain ways of like going about life, like things that I do and things that I think and shit like that, while neglecting that you can't be in love with the identity that creates these things that you don't want in your life. Like I see how, I don't know, I'll just use like addiction as an example still, but like my addictions and shit in life, it's like I didn't really like the cycles and shit that being an addict would like bring to my life. Like I didn't like the constant like just wrestling with these thoughts and shit like that, or like behaviors, like constantly draining my bank account to like get fucked up or whatever. Like I see how it was like that all stemmed from the identity of like being an addict. And like I can see how, like, if I'm being honest, like I loved that identity because I don't know, for some reason I loved it. I loved like the struggle. I loved the I don't know, I loved like how I could be a victim in a way. Like I could just play it off as like, oh, I'm an addict, I can't help it, blah blah blah. Like I loved having that out, and so like no matter how many times I tried to like cut the behaviors and cut the thoughts and cut the ways of going about life, like it was just a fruitless effort because I was still identifying with it. And I can see how I still do identify with like being an addict and all that it entails. And like you don't receive what you want out of life, you receive the reflection of your identity. And so it's and that's only something you could change within. You can't change behavior and still be identified with something, like Like, for example, like smoking cigarettes. Like, you can't just cut the action of smoking out and just like expect that to change everything, because as long as you're still identify yourself as someone who's addicted to smoking or someone who smokes, like, you're always going to be thinking those thoughts and generating that from within, generating that reality from within. And eventually, like, you're just going to give into it. You're just going to go back to doing what you were doing. And so it's so much deeper than just changing the stuff in your life. Like, that's just like moving shit around and not really getting to the root issue of it. And so, like, it has to be like a entire identity shift. Like, you gotta step into like a new version of yourself, a new being. And it starts with like how you feel about yourself, really. Like, how you feel about yourself repeatedly like builds an identity, and that identity is where all of your actions stem from, where all of your views on the world stem from, where all of your interactions stem from, all of that. And so, yeah, it's so much deeper than just cutting out whatever it is on the surface that you think you don't like. Instead of changing this, that, and the other, you have to go to yourself and have an actual shift in who you are, not just what you do and what you think and all this and all that. Like, it has to be an actual shift in your being. And how do you do that? Well, it's really just as simple as going within yourself and identifying with the version of yourself that has what it is that you want, that change in your life. Like, what would that version of you be thinking? What would that version of you be doing? What would that version of you be feeling? How would you feel about yourself if you were that? How would you feel about the world if you were that? Like a socially anxious person, a person who is socially anxious, will view people as things to avoid and things to be afraid of, whereas a person that is social and a social butterfly, like, they will see people as opportunities to have a conversation and build a new connection. And that right there is the key difference. It doesn't really matter what you're looking at. All that matters is how are you seeing what you're looking at? How do you perceive what you're looking at? A socially anxious person will see people as almost like a threat, whereas somebody who's socially active and like a social butterfly, like, will see every person as a unique opportunity to build a connection, grow socially in a way, or have a conversation with. And so it's like when you, it doesn't seem like much, but when you just shift that awareness, you are in line with that version of yourself. And it doesn't feel normal at first. It feels weird. It feels stupid. It feels like yada, yada, yada. But if you just keep aligning yourself with that, it just becomes normal, and it becomes like a solid, like something that you don't even have to think about. It just becomes natural. And it's just like the same way that you got here to where you are, to like say if you're unsatisfied with who and what you are right now, it's not permanent. It's not something that's fixed. It's something that was once imagined, and you kept imagining it, and you kept identifying with it until it just became so easy to identify with it that it just seems like it's solid now. Like that's just how it is. That's just who you are. And so, like it might feel silly right now to like think, like when you look in the mirror and you start like complimenting yourself or making yourself, like lifting yourself higher, like it might feel silly because it's like, well, there's nothing confirms that, not like that's just me saying that, like whatever. But if you keep doing it every single day, keep telling yourself that you're amazing, keep telling yourself that you're lovely, keep telling yourself that you're it's kind of windy today. Keep telling yourself all these things that you would like to hear, and eventually you just won't doubt it anymore. And it'll be easy to think that, and easy to identify, like you'll just quickly identify with that without any issue. And it's just like anything else in life. The more you do it, the easier it gets and the stronger it gets. Like I noticed that the more I bring myself back in line with like who I want to be, it gets easier every time. And yeah, sure, I may slip up and I may go back into my old state of being for a minute, but it becomes a lot easier to recognize, like, oh shit, I'm in a state of mind that I don't want to be in. It's time to get out and return to the one that I do want. And just the more and more and more that you do it, the easier that it gets. Like, and it's, just you stay in it longer and longer and longer until it just gets to a point where it's like you realize you don't have to leave that state of mind. So, and it's like, it's not easy until it is. Like when you're first starting out, like, yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's like you have a habit that you've had your entire life. Like, yeah, of course you're going to have some resistance towards, something new, but that doesn't matter because you can just keep going. It's just like you go to the gym and there's, a lot of resistance to that weight at first, but the more that you do it and you keep showing up every single day, every single moment, well then eventually it gets to a point where what you thought was so hard in the beginning is just a cakewalk. And now you're over here trying to lift like 500 pounds or whatever, like so whatever it is, like confidence, love, peace, finances, freedom, whatever it is, just keep bringing yourself back to the awareness of having it and being it in this moment now. And it just gets easier, dude. It gets easier. And dude, I don't know. That's all I got for now, but I'm gonna continue walking around for the next like 7 hours because my shift starts at 7:30, and once that starts, it's just game over, fool. It's game over. We just got so much going on. But until later, I'll catch you later, dudes. Bye. What's up, fellas and fellaettes? Hope y'all are doing good. I know I am. I just went around and had a nice just stroll around town, shooting pictures, and just feeling that peace in this moment. And And yeah, just I don't know, lately I've been wanting to like walk around without my headphones on so much because, I feel like I miss out on a lot of opportunities to, socialize with people, like even if it just means like giving a compliment. Like if I have my headphones on, like I don't give as many compliments as I'd like to because, I'm just in my own world, in my own zone. So that's like I did like half of my walk around town listening to music, the other half without. And I don't know, I want to definitely have more walks where I just like I don't have the headphones on. Um because yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just closing myself off to a lot of possibilities that way, you know? I just like ignore things and just walk past and like even if I want to give someone a compliment when I have the headphones on, I just don't because it's like I can't hear what you're saying back. Not that like I need anything back when I give a compliment, but it is nice to, hear that somebody heard it and blah, blah, blah. And plus, I don't know, I just want to be a little more like immersed in my environment, immersed in the moment, rather than kind of like separating myself from it by um I don't know. I don't know. You like I feel like just walking around with headphones on all the time is like, you might be standing at like a street corner, um and like without the headphones you could hear somebody talking about something that you may have been like thinking about recently, like something that you want an opportunity in or something. Somebody might be talking about it just at a street corner or whatever. But with the headphones on, you don't hear that, and you might not be able to chime in or jump at an opportunity that's there. Um, Speaking of opportunities, so I had this guy the other day. I was just walking around doing my normal thing, shooting pictures, whatever, and I wasn't really shooting that many pictures. I just like had the camera with me because I'm at this point now where it's like, dude, literally every time I go out without my camera, I regret it. Like, oh, dude, the other day I had this, like, I went out without the camera and I just, like, I knew I was going to regret it, but I just kept going anyway. Like, I so should just, if I have that feeling, I'm just turning around and getting my camera from the hostel because I know, like, there's going to be a shot that, like, but, like, there was this just beautiful, like the sun was shining through these windows on this building, and the building had like this overhang kind of and then a walkway under it, and there was this chick just standing perfectly still right there with these two heart-shaped balloons, and the sun was just shining just right, and I was like, fuck, man, fuck, if I just had my camera, like, god damn it. So anyway, I was, yeah, just walking around with the camera and shit, and I like was about to head back to the hostel um for the night, and then I was like, no, you know what, I want to go to a grocery outlet and get some snacks. So I went there and just got some snacks and whatever, and I kept seeing this one guy like in the store, and didn't think anything of it, and then I like walk out and he's like leaving at the same time, and I see him taking a picture of the store like when he's leaving, and I just in my head I was like, oh man, like I could get a so much better shot on my camera, like I don't know, just thinking that. And then all of a sudden, like, we end up at the same street corner, and he just points to me. He's like, you into photography? And I'm like, yeah, I've been playing around with it since like October. Like, I have just like made a, like, it's kind of just my thing now. And we got to talking, and basically like he is part of this, it's called the Owner Bureau, and from my understanding of it, it's kind of like the Better Business Bureau but different. And like I guess they just, I don't exactly know for sure like what they all do. Like I'd have to like look into it more. But basically he was like, dude, we're always looking for, photographers and stuff. And, that part of me that doubts myself was like, oh, dude, but like, I'm not like professional and shit. And like, I just got into this, blah, blah, blah. But like, he gave me his email and I hit him up and I was like, fuck it, dude, let's see where this goes. And, he just hit me back up. He's like, hey, do you got time for a call tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, dude, like between this time and this time. So I'm kind of excited to see what exactly, because he was talking about like how, I could come out, do some like picture stuff, whatever, and like get paid and shit. And I was like, could be my, I don't know, just a way for me to get paid doing what I love. So I'm really excited for that. Like, and it was like, it's just, you can't plan what's gonna happen or how things are gonna unfold. So like, just stop doing that. Like, I could have never planned that like this guy would just, be talking to me at the street corner or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna see where that goes. Like, maybe this is like why I haven't like gotten out of San Diego yet, because there's just like opportunities here that like are for me, and I don't know, like I'm not even, at first I was kind of upset to be like staying in San Diego, but honestly, like I got this move to the beach hostel coming up, and I think that will just be a lot better for what I'm trying to do, which is, make a name for myself as a photographer. Like, really, that the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Like, it would be just awesome to be able to just point and shoot shit, and just get paid for it, and like be a kind of like a known, not even known, but like reputable photographer, I guess. Because I do think I have an eye for it, and I do think, it's something that I enjoy doing. It's something that I really find peace with. Like, there's never been a time where I'm just like frustrated taking pictures, unless I just like can't get it just right, then it's just like but yeah, I don't know, I'm excited to see what this is all about, what this whole interaction was for. Hopefully it's not just some like weird bullshit scam thing. I don't think it is. Seems like a pretty legit business. But yeah, I guess I'll just find out tomorrow when we have this call. But yeah, dude, I don't know. San Diego, like, honestly, I think I was like bummed to be staying here because I was kind of like, I don't know, I was kind of just like, I had certain expectations that just like weren't met. And like that just made me want to leave. But now it's like, you know what, dude, fuck all that noise. Like, remove that expectation. Like, I'm actually in a good place for opportunities, in all different areas of life. I can make a lot of friends out here. I could make a lot of like business moves. I could expand and grow a lot, and there's just a lot of just nice, awesome things out here. And I feel like I've been robbing myself of that, because I'm just like, oh, this one thing didn't work out, so now the whole experience here is just garbage, throw it away, whatever. And like, if something comes up where I end up leaving San Diego, I'll still be happy, but like while I'm here, I might as well just enjoy it, and I might as well, I don't know. I guess it's like, once there's something that is actually like, damn, I really want to like go do that, I feel like I'll just kind of be here for a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know. Whatever. But I'm gonna do some reading and just chill for a minute. So, catch you later, fools. Peace out. Much love. Hey guys, welcome back to the vid. The end of it, actually. We're winding down the day with a shift at the front desk. I'm training one of the new guys here that's gonna be taking my position when I leave to go out to Pacific Beach, dude. Finally. I'm so excited to get out of here, dude. Not that the place is bad. I think I've just outgrown downtown. I think that's what it is. And the pain that I feel of being here still is just a growing pain, really. That's all it is. It's been a good day. It's funny because, like, I don't know, I'm just seeing how much, like, your inner state gets mirrored in this world. Because, you know, I was talking earlier about, like, I want to go out with people, have more friends and socialize and stuff. And I just somehow ended up going out on a little excursion on the town with some of the people from the hostel. Totally on accident. Like, I was just going up to my room and I bumped into this guy and then bumped into another guy, and then boom, there's 4 of us just mobbing around town. And I was like, dude, there's no way this is a coincidence. Like, I've been walking around by myself for weeks, and here we are right after I felt what it would feel like if I was with friends, and there we go. So again, just something to solidify this practice for me, and hopefully for you, whoever is watching. I don't know if you even really apply what I am teaching, I guess. Teaching through my own learning, that is. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm some wise sage teacher guy that you should listen to, because I'm just some guy. But yeah, dude, it was just interesting, you know, within the same day of just, like, you know, moving out of that state of like, oh man, I wish I could hang out with people and blah blah blah, to just shifting my mindset to, like, how would I be thinking about things and feeling about myself if I you know, was hanging out with people, had friends, socialized, like, and then that just all unfolds in a way that I couldn't even plan myself. I don't know. I don't think that's any coincidence, but yeah. Until tomorrow, peace out, dudes. I love y'all, and goodbye.